welcome to TCT time! Yay! So this is the first episode of our new segment where we kind of sit down and just chat about Japan-related things. And it's gonna be chill with our TC tea in our TC cups. And so today we have a really fun group together. Who do we have today? Who's this?
What is that?
Trying to be like Shorty.
No! That's Kuri-chan.
No, I'm Kree-chan.
No,
What?
that
What?
sounds way worse.
No,
so bad.
she calls me Kree-chan without the S. Kree-chan.
Kree-chan?
Right? Now Natasha also calls me that. I don't know why.
Kree-chan.
Yeah, Kree-chan.
Okay, that'll be your little subtitle name. Kree-chan.
Thank you.
Kree-chan, what do you do?
What do I do?
Introduce yourself.
Oh, hello.
Kree-chan.
Hello. I occasionally go to the gym.
What? I thought
That's your opening? That's how you describe yourself?
CEO of Tokyo Creative.
Yes.
So we are currently making a new series for Tokyo Creative Talk. This playlist, what we're doing is casual talk about many different topics about Japanese culture.
Yeah.
And why are we doing it? Well, because many of you guys want to know exactly what it's like living here or traveling here.
Exactly.
And we know this stuff because we live here and we traveled here.
But I think the most interesting thing is that we have like a nice variety of people, right? So we have Shorty, the Japanese representative.
Yes.
We have me, the older representative.
Huh?
Oh.
And American. Older American.
We
Older
emphasize
American.
Old elderly American.
Elderly
gentleman.
American. We have the elderly, young foreign. Sorry.
Goddamn table.
I meant the young.
Shots fired.
Crap. Elderly. I mean young.
I mean, you're still going.
Sorry.
Like, sweetie, you're still going.
Young lady from Australia. And then we have Shizuka, who's got like the multicultural from both countries, since she's the only one who's lived in both countries for extensive
wow.
period of time, right?
And what's my other country?
Canada.
Thanks
Took
for
a while, but
taking
alright.
a second.
Sorry. So that's Shizuka. And so I think it'd be kind of interesting for you guys to see different opinions from different people. I think the strategy is to have many of our Tokyo Creative staff as well as our influencers kind of interchange as guests.
Yeah.
Shizuka, of course, will stay here because, you know, you guys love her and she's the best.
And pretty.
It's so pretty.
No.
So if you guys have any suggestions or people you just want to see in the next episode, please leave a comment down below, right?
Yeah, let us know what you want
Yeah.
us to talk about because we'll talk about anything
Yeah.
as long as it's not too risque.
As
Sorry,
you can see,
sorry.
right, this is Tokyo Creative pretty much as a company.
Yeah.
As former founding members, I guess. What do you guys
Former
think?
founding members?
Current founding members
up their
of
roles.
Tokyo Creative. What makes Tokyo Creative different than other working companies in Japan?
Yeah, see? That's what I did. I did a shorty. Let's first talk about our culture, and then let's move on to from our experience about other Japanese companies' culture, and then just point out the differences.
Okay.
One day I read an article, I think on LinkedIn, and it was basically kind of actually comparing some companies were moving towards a hiring process where you can only actually get into the company by referral. And the reason for that was because they did research saying that referrals who enter the company are more likely to work over 100% because they feel obligated to, because like, oh, my friend brought me to this company, so I don't want to let my friend down, so I need to work extra hard. And so that was instead of you just hiring like a via recruit or like a recruiting agency where basically there's no actual ties in the beginning, and so once you enter the company you're like, okay, I just signed a contract anyway, it's just a job, right?
You leave when you want to.
Yeah, so like that was why I started Red Horse Media or Tokyo Creative the way I did actually. So the first leaders of the company were actually me, Shorty, and Wimbin, and then we were all like very close.
Yeah.
And actually, before even onboarding Shorty, I wanted to make sure Shorty got along with Wimbin.
Oh.
Because me and Shorty were friends. Women and Shorty didn't know each other. Me and Women were co-workers previously with Otago. And so now the next step was, okay, can Shorty and Women work together? Do they like each other? So we instead of going to a typical office interview, I'd rather, go to an izakaya, get some drinks, see if we actually mesh in a off work environment first. Yeah.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. It creates a stronger like relationship and bond.
Surprisingly though, that's not how I started.
No, you just apply for the Origo.
I applied for Origo first, and I
Alright.
got no response. So
Oh no.
It's not me.
how
left.
convenient. And then I was like, you know what? I have no shame. I'm gonna apply again to Tokyo Creative.
Ooh.
So I applied, and then within a week, I got a response, and they were like, you know, when you come, like, bring your portfolio, and I was like, oh, I don't have a portfolio. I'm gonna put one together. And when I came, and everyone was in the studio.
And we were filming with you.
Yes, that was my
This was
first
the first
day.
time you came
That
in.
was my interview day.
Whoa.
Remember me and you were standing for like the first
Uh-huh.
couple episodes of Tokyo Tech Talk of this channel.
Yeah, I remember first impressions of everyone. You were definitely short. I was like, damn, he's short. But
Thank you.
no, because you looked much taller in your videos.
Oh, you know.
That's good.
It's
Right,
all
that's
about that.
good.
It's all about those angles. You know
That's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying, the pointy down ones. He knows what he's doing. And then I was like, oh my god, she's so nice. Oh my god, she's so friendly. And then when you guys came, I was like, oh my god, this is so. But my first impression overall was like, okay, I want to work in an environment where I can wear whatever I want. I don't want to wear suits. I don't look good in suits. I just like it's too. I didn't want to work in that Japanese idea. Well, that idea of Japanese culture. I didn't
Right.
want to, you know, be. I heard a lot of rumors, and I was scared of that. So things like get bullied in Japanese companies. Is that true?
Yeah.
Kawahara is that?
Power
yeah.
harassment. So that basically power harassment would be when someone who's in a position of authority over you uses their power to make you do something that you don't want to do or to make you feel bad.
That happens.
Yeah,
Like,
that
actually?
happens a lot. A
Well,
lot in
like,
Japanese companies.
in
I think.
Japan, to sue somebody is not really, you don't really do. So like in the Western world, right, that happens, you just say, okay,
I'm gonna
I'm
sue
gonna
yo ass.
sue you, right? So
Can I say that?
yeah.
I'm gonna sue yo ass.
You can't even pull a quick Taylor Swift on anyone. Like you really.
A quick
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you're like suing everyone.
A quick
That's what I
Taylor
said. But you can't even do that.
Excuse me, I love Tay Tay, alright? Please do not put Tay Tay in that position.
Yeah, Tate did a good thing. She sued someone over a sexual harassment issue.
It
and
makes
she didn't
sense, but
do
like,
it for any money.
You can't do that here. Like you. So
I'm not sure
what
if
do
you can't, but just no one does. Can you? I don't even know.
Yes,
you can. You totally can.
But just no one does, right?
But yeah, okay.
It just we don't take that kind of hustle, you know. It's like Japanese culture is all about shogunai, can't help it. It's nani. And
hate that word.
Patient is the keyword for
Patience,
working.
patience.
Patience.
Gaman suru?
Patience.
Gaman?
Patient.
Come on, yeah.
Patience.
Because Japanese working culture is all about okay, I can help it, shogunai, and also I need to do it anyway, kind of, or sacrificing yourself
Right.
to meet the company culture.
Yeah, it's
I
very
feel.
true.
And also I heard the very interesting company started. You can put the designing
Resignation letter.
sayonara letter. Sayonara letter
For
for you. The company is just helping you to quit the company.
There's an extra third company that helps you
Another
quit
company.
your own.
No, because the reason for that is because
Is it?
they feel really bad quitting the company because in their mind it's like
betraying the company.
yeah. And so they don't want to feel guilty for leading the company, so they have another outsourced company to tell or make the documentation to give to the company.
Holy.
Yeah.
What? But what difference does it make? Because they still know that you're going to quit the
Yeah,
company,
but
and they
it-
know that you hired the other company to tell them that you're going to quit the company.
No, okay,
What
okay.
difference?
Let me give you a good example.
Please-
all right,
please
all right.
touch my
Ready?
Jacoby.
Ready?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. It's like if I liked a girl, right?
Oh,
you're
here
the-
we
and,
go.
And you're the
I knew this was gonna
And you're the
happen.
middle person. It's more like I'd rather have you tell her that I like her as opposed to me directly.
See, that's
tell her.
just childish.
But what
stuff.
if no? This isn't like her. What you're telling?
No, I'm
Basically,
just
you're
saying-
asking me to break up with her.
Oh, sorry, wrong way. Break up. Sorry, yeah, break up. Yeah.
That's the worst.
Wait.
That makes
So-
you a sayaku human being.
Oh, right.
I would never do that.
Wait, so okay, what happens if you want to like resign from the resignation company and they're like, oh, you did good work, and you're like, no, please believe me, this is actually
Yeah.
my resignation. They're like, oh, that's a great letter, and it's like, no, please believe me. Like, how do you?
It'll be interesting to interview someone from the resignation company. Huh?
I will start finding. I will
Yeah.
start.
Is
I will
that
start
what-
the search.
Do they really profit off that? You can't just You can't only write resignation letters. At
It
the
costs
company.
like 5,000
What?
50,000 yen if you are the full-time
No.
employee. If you are part-time job, 4,000 40,000 yen
That's
for you.
Have you
huge
seen
rip-off. That's a
some
huge
company
difference.
websites
Yeah.
like that?
I just saw the documentary, a bit of the news,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
thought it's quite interesting. And
Yeah.
of course, the Japanese have the two different opinions. One people, a lot of people saying, "Oh, that's so not the proper way, appropriate
Yeah.
to leave. You should just grow your balls and just
I get that.
Just grow your balls.
Yeah. You just gotta grow those balls and quit, man.
yeah." And
Start small, aim big. Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of people, just there are so many karoshi. And karoshi.
Do you know karoshi?
Karoshi is when people, I think suicide because of the intense working situation.
Not just suicide.
And
It's literally death by overwork. So sometimes
There we
you've
go.
Oh, that
driven
one.
yourself to like a state of health
Yeah.
where you are really sick.
Yeah.
And basically you work yourself to death. Maybe you don't
Yeah.
sleep at all.
Isn't that weird? Like I can't imagine.
I get it. I
happens.
think I'm a workaholic. And I
but,
can like
but that's like you not knowing. It's like you running on the track until you die
But there are so
because
many.
you don't know when to stop. Right? It's so weird. Like I just can't think of it. It's like
But
I guess it's
consider
the pressure,
this,
right?
yeah, the
Also-
social pressures and the company pressures. Like people really do feel trapped sometimes, depending on what the company atmosphere is like. It can be really, really stressful.
Yeah, but there are so many cases. The karoshi happened, and it's not good. And also that's why maybe it costs 50,000 yen. But if you can save your life for the next step, why not? So some people are supportive for the new company. Some people are like, yeah, grow your balls, man. kind of
Go your bold man.
I get it. I think that's like I feel like that's some Western.
Where did she already learn
How
this?
is my English?
Hold
I
on.
learned from him. Okay.
Of course she learned it from him.
I learned from
God,
him.
Where
that makes
else
so
would
much
she already
sense.
learn this kind of behavior?
Absolute.
It's all him.
No.
from you.
But he also learned from me.
Yeah.
Super odd. So okay.
Getting so much, you guys learning so much from each other. It's great.
Do you you guys are the same age, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you guys don't. What I really like about this company is you guys don't have like the senpai kohai system.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
That is refreshing. But have you been in a situation where you had to, because you also studied here, you must have had to experience that somehow. Like I'm still fresh off. I have no idea what to do if I speak to. I'm gonna be like, oi, like it's just not, it's not nice. And like
It's a little, it's a little overstepping the boundary a little.
it's the Australian in me, you know. It's the Australian in me.
Especially because oi in Japanese sounds so bad. Like
Does
you
it?
can say
Is
it
it
in
harsh?
Australia. Yeah, oi is like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Oi.
So you just do na.
Oh, like
Nah, nah.
but like have you ever like what was that really stressful for when you used to?
How are you? How about you?
For me, because I lived in Canada until I was 18. So I came here for university, and that was my first experience with the senpai kohais. Because in university, you have to treat your senpais, your seniors,
Upperclassmen.
or upperclassmen, like you have to use keigo, like polite language. And I had never used keigo before, so it was like a really new thing, and it was so weird. They would be like 1 year older than you, and you still have to call them something son. And I was like, you're a grade older. Like, is there really a difference?
Right.
Why do I have to call you like nani san? I don't want to do that. And then I have to use keigo, and I was like, it just felt so weird for me.
Yeah.
I almost like resisted it for a while, like just play the gaijin card and not do it.
Yeah.
But eventually, you get used to it.
Well, what's it like in a company? Like, is it? Do they get you to do the dirty work? Like, just like, I don't want to do this today. I'm just going to do it shorty. Ugh. It's like that. Or is it?
Luckily, my previous company wasn't like that because the member was a bit small. But
Oh.
I think other companies, like big company, maybe you used to work for the real estate, and then how was the culture in there?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely experienced it, but I don't know. It's like the same thing. Like playing for a sports team. I mean, I played sports in college. Huh?
No place for
Oh.
I can barely walk
But
up
I mean,
like
it's like
stairs.
it's like the same thing, right? It's like
true.
it's like you need. Honestly, I think it's good. I mean, you learn your place, right? You learn because your senpai are most likely teaching you something.
True.
And so the way I see it is, okay, well, I can't teach you anything, so instead I'll get you coffee, because they're going out of their way to teach you whatever it may be. For my Japanese company, they're teaching me actually everything, right? They're teaching me how to give the business card in a Japanese way, how you're supposed to sit in a Japanese setting, how to actually, whenever I had questions about translation from English to Japanese, they'll help me to make me not look like shit. Because like if I was on their team, me looking like shit means the whole team looks like shit.
Exactly.
So when people say the senpai kohai system is useless, I 100% don't think it's useless, but in a company culture like how smaller we are, it doesn't make much sense because there is always trade-offs between two people. Sometimes there's not, but as long as you respect the person, I think that's all that matters. But of course, I really didn't like the system of someone asking a lower level employee to do something that you can obviously do. Go get a coffee or
Right.
go pick up the laundry. Of course, you can do it yourself.
Right.
But it's like an obligation that the kohai feels like they have to do something in return.
But I think honestly, I think understanding that when you should be learning that, I think it is a good experience for everybody. You should always experience how to be humble and how to actually treat people who are better than you, more experienced than you, with respect, by doing what they want you to do.
Yeah,
True.
And so whether it's should be like a company culture, maybe not, because you definitely will grow out of it, right? But I think everyone should learn to some extent.
Yeah.
Very true. There are definitely benefits from this traditional style of Japanese culture. Like there's a lot of respect and there's a lot of, respecting your elders because they should know more about what they're doing, and of course you have something to learn from them. But the one downside is that in Japanese, very traditional older companies, it's difficult to break out of that. Because I'm sure there are times when someone who's younger actually does have more experience, like maybe they were working somewhere else and they got more experience. Maybe they studied all about this and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But even despite that, just because you're younger, you might be stuck in this lower position. And someone who didn't have the same experience, who just started before you, has all the authority and gets paid more than you. And maybe you have so many ideas and things to contribute, but they don't hear your ideas. I think that happens a lot too. So it's a little, there's that downside as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're talking about is the controlling aspect. So for ours, we don't, the manager doesn't completely control the associate. Right? It's more ideas are kind of shared and tossed around. Of course, the manager has more responsibility. They're going to get scolded if the associate does mess up, not the associate, right? Which is another reason why, in my opinion, the associate should listen to the manager, because the associate is essentially not taking any risk despite making many errors. So in that way, despite what you said about maybe they're more experienced, blah, 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 in the end, the manager takes the blame. Right?
True.
And if you look at it from that perspective, then you can understand why the system actually exists in the first place.
That's a good point.
So as a senpai, what do you feel like your obligations are? Is it purely
Teach
just
me,
to mention?
senpai.
So no, I mean,
Teach me, senpai.
obviously the number one obligation is to make sure the company keeps running, right? which means that you better do as I say, because as the top, I'm supposed to know exactly how to make more money, right? Number two, of course, is to make everyone happy, right? But it's kind of difficult to find that balance between happiness and shit, I have so much work to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that balance is kind of what even me have to keep learning or adjusting, right? About how much pressure I can give, because as a leader, you should be able to take 100% pressure all the time. Because then if you didn't, you wouldn't be in that position.
Right.
So I think the difference is how much pressure I can take. What I've learned actually is how much pressure I can take, obviously someone below me can't possibly maybe take. So a lot of times when and it's kind of weird because I expect everyone to do as much pressure as me. So I'm like, hey, go, 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 go. and then I people below me go, go. And so the people here, Shorty goes to the go, 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 go.
So it's just constant anxiety down the chain.
It's a big fat go, 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 go.
And you are always crying.
I'm always constantly just screaming.
Oh no.
Constant state just.
No.
So it's like knowing when to have this kind of feeling with the pressure going blah, blah, and then this as opposed to boom,
You gotta know when to give her a little pat on the back sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
I don't need anyone to touch me. I'm gonna touch myself. I'm good.
Good job.
But it is great because if I take some day off and she always tell me, Shorty, don't work today, okay? Promise me. If you work, I'll come to you.
This guy, like he was still calling off on an off day. I'm like,
What up,
no,
because-
let her live.
What a black company.
I'm calling Shorty. Hey, Shorty. So it's sunny. Do you want to go for a run today?
That sounds so fake. And then when you go for a run, he's like, hey, you know that? Like,
yeah.
keep it
And then we talk about work.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them that we're talking about work right now. We're just running. We're just running.
This is why this guy needs girlfriend, so please
Yeah.
leave.
No, but-
Ladies,
Slide into his
send
DMs,
slide into
okay?
you know-
his
He's
DMs.
waiting for you in his DMs.
You know-
He's on TikTok now. Like,
I don't know if we learned so much about what working in Japan is really like for most
well,
people.
you did
Well,
get an
but-
insight on Tokyo Creative.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
we did learn was what we're doing that's actually, I think the basic thing is what we're doing is different from most Japanese companies.
Absolutely.
So just
true.
know that, because
Yeah.
the basic thing is that, all Japanese companies are like this crazy little, this hierarchy system, and
It's
right?
like always.
Just the main thing that I think what we got across to the video is that not every company is like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are companies that still follow Japanese law and still be fun.
Still follow. I like how you added. Still follow Japanese law. we almost break the law, but we try to keep it. We
That-
try to
that
follow.
an asterisk
giddy
in
gray
there.
zone.
Like that's what makes it exciting. It's like, are we breaking the law? No.
That's
Safe. Oh,
There we go.
whew.
Giddy giddy say.
Whew, started sweating for a second there. That's what they like to do here. So if you ever want to work in Japan, like there's a lot of options out there. Something for everybody.
Well, we're hiring, so
Hey.
check the careers page in the description down below.
Which
And
we need to update.
please make the video.
Yes, video
Yeah. Make the
applications
video.
would also be helpful. So if you are thinking of applying to Tokyo Creative, a video application, also resume, cover letter, and all that basic stuff.
But
And
also, guess who's checking those videos?
it me.
FYI.
Impress me.
Yeah.
Do what she says.
I'm gonna tell you now. I like people with a little bit of spunk. So
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying.
So
Show us your spunk.
So in the intro, just say, I love Australia.
Have kangaroos and koalas, and I'd be like, yes, that's the one.
Yes.
Oi,
Can you
And I'd be
imagine?
like,
Oi, oi, oi. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Next week, we get a lot of these. Aussie, 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 I love Aussie.
All the comments, Aussie, Aussie, hire me. Yeah, but if you want to send an application, send it in, leave us some messages, and let us know in the comments what you guys want us to talk about next time, because we'll probably talk about it. We like to do what you want.
Oh, also, if you guys did watch this video and applied, let us know actually, because I'm actually curious as to how many people
Yeah, put
we
the
convinced
code,
in this video.
put the code word Okano CEO into it.
Oh, that's boring. No, how about like grapefruit?
No, dumpling.
Dumpling.
That's the application keyword, dumpling.
Dumpling. Hashtag dumpling.
You put the
That's
subject
fun.
title as dumpling, and we good to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I prioritize you. No,
That's a good one.
But
Oh my goodness. Anyway, though, so send us an application that says dumpling. Maybe you'll get the job. And let us know what you want to see in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us just chat about stuff. See you guys in the next video. Yay! TC
Oh.
teacher!